Okay, so it's 8 o'clock, so we'll begin. Um, Good morning, Rose. Welcome. So this morning we're going to be doing a body scan, a body awareness meditation. And as I've said many times before, we spend so much time in our heads, don't we, that we forget our bodies. Excuse me. And our bodies are so important to us. They're what we depend on to carry us through life. Um, and when we get anxious and upset, it affects our body. So I was listening to a really interesting talk by an older member called Pyjama yesterday, and she was talking about the effect of anxiety on the body, and particularly on this I forgot what it's called. This part of the body here, this diaphragm that stretches it's right under the lungs. And she says that when this diaphragm, when we breathed out, is sort of a parachute shape. It's like that. So it's on my body, it's sort of like this. So it sort of comes up here. And then as we breathe in, it pushes down like that, and as the lungs fill, and it as it does this every time, it's constantly moving like that as we breathe, and as it does that, it's massaging our soft internal organs, which is lovely, isn't it? It's just so this is the sort of the diaphragm's job. But what happens when we get anxious is that this diaphragm becomes rigid, and we could be angry, it could be any sort of negative emotion. This diaphragm becomes rigid, and so we tighten up in our chest, and we find it much more tortuous to breathe. It's a real effort. And what happens is that all these muscles round here apparently come in and try and take over. So we get shoulder ache and neck ache and chest ache and presumably an ache in this part of the body here. So if we can relax when we're getting into a state, when we're getting anxious, if we can just somehow learn to breathe more normally, then we bring back this lovely action of the diaphragm that helps us, that keeps our body working at its most efficient level, keeps our breathing working at its most efficient level. And we know when we get anxious, our breath gets short and it gets harder to breathe. So just being aware of that is a really important thing. And what we then have to do is all this pain and tightness we're feeling around here is to just leave the mind to what it wants to do. Let the mind carry on as it is, but bring our awareness to all this area, and just give ourselves some love, give ourselves some compassion, really feel the anxiety. Well, it's not anxiety, it's just a feeling in the body. Just feel this tightness in the body, this churning in the belly, and just be with that, with a sense of kindness as much as we can. It's not easy sometimes if we're very anxious, but the more we can get out of our minds, the more our body will relax, and the less we will be tight, the less tight we will be. So that's where body awareness can really come into its own. So we're going to go through the body this morning and just look at the feelings. And as we do it, just notice any tightness or any unpleasant feelings in the body. And instead of turning away from them, which is what we habitually do, give them some love, give them some warmth and tenderness. Snuggle up to any unpleasant feelings That's what they need. That's exactly what they need. So we'll do that. But first of all, welcome to Andrea, Merce, Michelle, and Julia. Good to see you all this morning. And I think we've probably got some new people watching this morning. So welcome to you as well. We were on. I was on Radio York on Friday with a lovely chat with Georgie in the morning. So and we've been advertising obviously on Facebook. So if you're new to this, it's really good to see you, and just be patient with this practice. You will get carried away. You will find that your mind takes over, but that's good in a way, because you notice that your mind's taken over, and if we can do that, we're on the way to a calmer mind. So we'll begin. Good morning, Rita. Okay, so just start with taking a few deep breaths. Breathing all the way in, holding it for a second or two, and then breathing all the way out. And then allowing your breath to return to its normal sense of state. Just allowing the breath to come and go as it wishes. Without any effort at all. Just noticing how we are this morning. How are you? You feeling good? Just a bit sleepy? You might be a bit grumpy in the morning. There might be something going on for you. Just having a sense of kindness to ourselves, however we are. Having a sense of our tenderness and fragility as human beings. Just a sense of supporting ourselves. So however we're feeling, it's okay. Even if we're in a really black mood, that's okay as well. It's just how we are. It's just true, isn't it? We can't deny how we are. So just having a sense of real friendliness to that. And noticing the pull of gravity. We might be lying on the bed, sitting on a cushion, or lying on the floor, sitting on a chair. And in all cases, we can feel gravity pulling us down. So giving our body weight up to gravity. Just surrendering to the pull of gravity. Noticing contact with the cushion, or the chair, or the bed, or the floor. What does that feel like? Really homing in on the sensations of the contact with whatever you're sitting or lying on. Without having any thoughts about it, if you can, just letting any opinions go. Just noticing the breath again. Just noticing if you're breathing freely now. And if your chest tightens up when you bring attention to the breath, just letting that go. If you're not very familiar with following the breath, it can make us a bit anxious when we do it. That's okay. Just notice the anxiety. Be kind to it. So we're going to do this journey through the body, a journey of exploration. And I'm going to take us little by little through the body and describe what you might feel. And you might feel other things to what I describe, or you might not be able to notice what I'm describing. Now if this is the first time you've done this practice, it does take a while to relax enough to be able to really get in touch with the body. So just be patient with yourself and allow yourself to notice what you can notice and not to worry too much about what you can't notice. That will come. We do this practice every week, and little by little we get more and more in touch with our bodies. So we're going to start from the shoulders. Sorry, I had to have a cough. What do your shoulders feel like? What's the state of your shoulders? Can you bring your attention to your shoulders? So you might find there's a slight tension there or a tightness. You might find that they're very relaxed. So whatever you find, that's okay. We're not trying to change it in any way. Just noticing what it's like. And if it is uncomfortable in the shoulders or the lower neck, trying to just notice that fully with a sense of kindness. You can be kind to these aches in our body. They begin to soften. Just being kind to any unpleasant or tight feelings you can feel in the shoulders. And just noticing any pleasant feelings. And the same with the neck. The neck muscles also get quite tense sometimes. You could try just breathing into them. Breathing into the neck and shoulders. Almost allowing the breath, neck and shoulders to breathe for you. Just breathing right into them. It's almost as if your neck and shoulders become your lungs. As you breathe in, the air goes into them. As you breathe out, they relax. And we're going to move up the back of the head now. Just noticing the crown of the head. Can you feel anything on the top of the head? It's might be a tightness, a slight feeling of stretched skin over the bone of the skull. Quite subtle, so if you can't feel it, don't worry. Stay open to it, open to the possibility of feeling it. Coming down to the forehead. So I bet you've got a frown on your forehead. We often carry our frown around with us through the day, and just a sort of a bit of tension in the forehead. So can you let that go? Just letting the frown, the creases drop out of the forehead. Just relaxing the forehead. Now, doesn't that feel better? It's a bit of an effort to keep it there like that. Well, for me anyway, I tend to frown again straight away. So every time we start to frown again, just letting it go again. Just being easy. And the same with the muscles on the face. We tend to hold them in a particular way as we face the world. Just let them sag. Nobody's looking. Just allow the whole face to sag. From the forehead down to the chin. Just letting ease and comfort come to the face. Oh, that's so nice. Allowing the jaw to drop open slightly. The eyes to be relaxed behind the eyelids. Letting the face sag again. Just coming back to the face and letting it relax. Moving down back to the shoulders. I'm going to move down the arms this time. So moving down both arms. Got the shoulder socket, the upper arms. What can you feel there? Not much maybe. Or a tingling. Sense that they are there. The lower arms. Similar, maybe. A definite sense of tingling and aliveness if you can relax into the feelings in the arms. It's important not to try too hard. Just relax and open up. The inside of the wrists. If we really sit and relax, we can feel our pulse. Right. Can you feel your pulse? If you can't, don't worry. And moving into the hands. What can you feel in the hands? So the hands are full of life and energy and tingling. Can you feel that tingling? The back of the hands. In the palms. Particularly in the fingers. And particularly in the fingertips. Can you feel the tingling in the fingertips? All that energy bursting to get out. There might be a sense of warmth and dampness as well in the hands. Moving back to the shoulders. And now we're going to go down the front of the body. First of all, noticing the chest rising and falling, expanding and contracting as we breathe. Just coming and going in a lovely rhythm. Moving the ribs. Moving the sides of the body as well. And the upper back. The whole of the upper half of the trunk of the body is moving rhythmically. Just staying with that for a little while. Enjoying the movements in the upper body. I'm going to move down now to the abdomen and the belly. What can you feel there? Might be physical feelings that to do with the functioning of the body. Sometimes we get tummy ache or indigestion, period pains, that kind of thing. And it can help to be kind, have a sense of kindness to this discomfort. Or we might get emotional pain, just feelings, feeling tones in the abdomen and belly and anywhere else in the body that come from our negative emotions or our positive emotions. Again, when they manifest, having a sense of kindness towards them. Moving down the front of the legs now, beginning with the upper legs at the front. These are quadriceps, big muscles that help us stay erect and to walk and run. If you're sitting, they will be slightly under pressure, a little stretched. Can you feel the bulk of them? Or just have some sense of them. It doesn't need to be anything much. And if you can't, that's okay. Travelling down to the knee, bony structures that are really hard to feel. But we can feel the knee if we really relax and zoom in on it. Just a sense of something. Well, not something I can describe, but can you feel anything in your knee? And down to the lower leg and the shin bone. Same thing here. Can you feel your shin bone? Maybe you can, maybe you can't. But you might be able to feel any clothing brushing against the skin of the shin. Just noticing that. And down to the top part of the foot. What can you feel there? Can you feel any clothing on the skin? Or if you've not got any socks or anything on, you could feel the air brushing the skin at the top of the foot. Maybe a tingling as well. How about the toes? What can you find in your toes? Maybe if you wiggle them. I find I can feel my big toe, but the other toes are just one mass of feeling. It's quite difficult to separate them. Moving to the soles of the feet. What can you feel here? Lots of activity in the soles of the feet. Lots of tingling, aliveness, energy. And just noticing what you can of that. Quite pleasant feeling. All these nerve endings in the sole of the foot dancing around, constantly changing. And moving up the back of the leg again, round the heel to the ankle. The ankle again, a bony bit. Can you feel anything there? Maybe you can just get a sense of the ankle. Don't worry if you can't. We're just trying to see what we can see. Feel what we can feel. The calf muscles. Feeling of solidity maybe. And always this tingling everywhere in the body. And moving up to the top of the leg at the back, the hamstrings. Again, big muscles, some of which go all the way into the lower back, the gluteus maximus. We feel anything at the back of the upper leg in these big muscles there. If your mind keeps straying or a feeling of boredom comes in, just Just noticing that, just noticing it with kindness and coming back to the sensations in the body. So moving up to the bum now, sitting on a chair or the cushion, or lying on the floor or the bed. So if you're lying, you'll feel contact with the floor or the bed all over your body, all over the back of your body. If you're sitting, it can just be in the bum. Just noticing that contact. Noticing how you are supported, held. You can really feel that bit, that support, that holding, can't you? Moving up the back of the body. And first of all, encounter the hips. Hips just above our bottom. Again, big bony structures, quite difficult to feel a lot in there, at least for me anyway. What can you feel in your hips? Can you feel anything? If we hurt them, we really feel them. Maybe you can just get some sense of them. So moving into the lower back. Lots and lots of muscular bits of the lower back. We notice that when they ache. Can you feel the muscle in the lower back? Even if it's not aching. And the upper back. And just noticing the breathing in the whole of the back. Gentle rising and falling. And so we return to the shoulders again. And now, in the last couple of minutes, just broadening out the whole of your awareness, the whole of your experience, to experience the whole body. Just notice all the sensations of the whole body, if you can. Not trying too hard, just sitting as relaxed as you can be. Just noticing whatever feelings that you can feel in your experience. The whole body tingling maybe. Sense of being here, being alive. Maybe a sense of well-being. I'm going to ring the bell now to bring the meditation to an end, and when I do, just being gentle, taking your time, bringing as much of this relaxation into your day as you can, moving gently at first. Well, I hope that got your week off to a good start. Welcome to Rita, Diane and Isabel, who joined us a bit later, and to anybody else who joined while we were doing that. It's just great to see you all. You're just so welcome to this. I think really for me, meditation, all the different kinds of meditation have made such a difference to my life. I'm much, much happier and content since I started meditating 12 years ago nearly now. And it's just a joy. And I really would love you to, if you're new to this, to discover this joy, this wonder of just knowing ourselves and being kind to ourselves and loving ourselves. So we'll be doing some more tomorrow. Tomorrow we're doing the mindfulness of breathing, just following the breath, noticing what the breath is like and helping our minds to settle down and to be a bit calmer and more content. So do join me then if you can. And have a really nice day. Stay safe, enjoy your day, and I'll see you when I see you again. So lots of love to you, and take care.